Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki.
And we got any shout outs today, baby?
Yes, this week we want to take a moment to thank our avid online followers for all of your engagement. We truly appreciate y'all opinions on our topics and the dialogue. It helps to keep us going to create more shows, so thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you, all our online listeners and followers and everything else. So keep doing what y'all doing. We're going to keep doing what we doing. All right, so what's our topic for today, baby?
This week we are diving right into it. Should your partner cut off friends you're not comfortable with? I know we once again have opposing views on this topic, so before we really get into it, let's hear the scripture.
All right. Proverbs 22, 24 through 25. Do not make friends with hot-tempered persons. Do not associate with one easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared.
All right, so let's kick it off today. The topic is, should your partner cut off friends you're not comfortable with? So when we're talking about not comfortable with, like, what would be some of the reasons?
I could think of several reasons.
Okay.
The first one would be maybe that friend of yours is very flirtatious and she's always flirting with me as a man.
Okay.
I would be very uncomfortable around that.
Okay.
Or if she's very toxic, I wouldn't prefer you to not hang out with somebody like that, because if every time you're going out you're getting into fights and whatever else because of your friend, that would be another reason.
Okay.
Just that's from the man perspective. Those are the two that I can think of from the top of my head. What about you?
So I would say if the roles are reversed, I definitely probably would give you my feedback on your friends. If, number one, yes, if there was something that I felt uncomfortable with when it comes to them interacting with me, if it was any inappropriate conversation, behavior, or something that really stood out to me, I would really come to you and say, hey, I noticed such and such. There are some people, though, however, that's just their, like, that's in them. So, and they can still be in a relationship. So if you would say, that's just how my man, is, not saying that you would, because I think you have a strong limitations on how that looks. But if you were like, you know what, that's just, as an example, I'm not saying this is the case, that's just how Palmer is. He's just like that. And I'm like, okay, well, that helps me understand. But you would say, well, babe, if it gets completely uncomfortable, if he says something more or something like that, then I need you to come to me, and tell me. Then I can understand that perspective. I wouldn't necessarily say I would force you to cut him off. I would just limit my interaction or my time around that person.
Well, for me, honestly, I would probably have a conversation with whoever that person is.
That's good.
Saying, look, man, my girl's not comfortable with the things you do. Can you kind of tone yourself down? Not saying, don't change. I'm not needing you to change, but tone it down a little bit, especially around her. But if that cannot be resolved with that conversation, I would probably cut off that friend.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because you're more important than that friend.
Got it. So is it disrespect? Is that where you? That's
it is, especially if I have a conversation.
Perspective
with
you taking it from?
Still, let's say you do even more. You're like, oh, whatever, nigga. I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Okay.
Me and you gonna have a problem as friends.
Got it. Now I will say another, for me, red flag would be if your friend was constantly, or another reason, if your friend was constantly trying to get you to talk to other women. That would be problematic to me. Like every time you go out, or they're finding reasons for you to go out to be or talk with another woman, or allow you that space to be able to do that. I'd be like, why are you doing that? That's, he has a wife at home. Like, why would you be open to that?
We're going to the club, man. You come on with me, man. We go. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine to go to the club, but I'm just saying, like, when you're at the club.
That's what the intent of the club.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
When you look for girls.
Right, if you're at the club and he like, boy, some woman up here, she gonna give you a lap dance, blah, blah. Like, that's pushing the envelope there. Now, if you just let's just hang out, we want to chill, we want to talk man stuff, talk about sports, whatever. I have no problem whatsoever with that. But I think it crosses the line to the red flag when you're actually always trying to find a way for him to have some type of interaction with another woman.
Yeah.
That's problematic to me.
Yeah, I think you hit on that point. You can even think about it like this as the overstepper, the one who doesn't understand boundaries.
Yeah.
Like say I have a friend who, I'm ready to go. We're going this weekend. We're going blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And just call me at 2 a.m. like, man, pack your bags, man, we going. Mm-hmm. That's not something I'm gonna be just jumping up and do. I got a female.
Right.
I got a woman home. I'm not just getting up and just leaving just because you called me at 2.
Right. So I think the friend that disrespects your relationship.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think that's the biggest thing that we will have a problem with. And like you said, disrespect can come in the form of not respecting your boundaries, understanding that timing is important. And I think this is so funny because you have to find friends that are kind of like alike with you in those ways. Friends that have, whether they married or just established relationships, so they know that those are the boundaries. Like with my girlfriends, we all be like, are y'all available this day? And there's been times when we have been available and we decided to do something. And one of the friends have come back and said, hey, y'all, my husband wanted to surprise me with a getaway. And we were like, girl, go ahead. That's your husband. Yeah. You know what I mean? He trumps us. Yeah. We cool and we have a good time, but that's your husband. You're supposed to hear to him. Or if another friend be like, my man wanted to do this weekend, y'all. I'm sorry we had plans. You go ahead. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, I would have a problem with every weekend my husband constantly. If he knows every single time I'm going out with the girls, he's always intentionally trying to find a reason to get me away from them. That will be an issue for me.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. So, let me I guess make this statement. So if let's say me and you, we have different philosophies on how we handle our friends. Mm-hmm. Do you think that process has to come into the relationship where we talk about, look, I have friends that I've hung out with, blah, 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 blah. We still gonna be tight. We still gonna hang out. Are you okay with that? Or is it more so, look, I don't like your friend. Just letting you know I don't like your friend. I might have to back away or not be around them for whatever reason. You can still hang with them because that's your friend. But I don't, just something about them I don't like. Something I feel in my spirit. How would you handle that if your partner came to you in that light to start?
Well, I would definitely say I have to respect you. And you should know how your friends are, right? You've been friends with them for whatever period of time. However, there are times where you don't see everything because you could have been friends with them for such a long period of time. You don't see the truth person that maybe somebody else who's coming into or new, fresh eyes can see and say, hey, babe, such and such. So me as your wife, I would just tell you certain things, babe, just be careful with this, or I've seen this and I've seen that, and still allow you to ultimately make the decision that's best. Because I think you're the person in the friendship. I'm not. That's not my friend.
Right.
I mean, they're friend by association, but I don't have to hang out with them and kick it with them. So if you're comfortable with those type of behaviors and stuff like that, then that's perfectly fine. That's not on me. And I think we had this conversation before where we were talking about, and you're the person that you're able to decipher certain things, right? So you departmentalize things. So we talk about you having friends where they weren't the best husbands or they weren't the best workers. They would do things that, in a work environment wasn't appropriate. They would do things in a relationship, in their marriage that wasn't appropriate. But you were always in the opinion that they didn't cross me as a friend, so why do I need to stop having a friendship with them? And I'm like, yeah, but look at their character. If you're lying at work and you're lying in your marriage, it's only about a certain time that they're going to start lying in your friendship.
Very true.
But you're like, it hasn't happened to me yet, so I just see them for the friend that they are to me.
Honestly, I'm that type of person. I don't believe anything people tell me. They got to show it to me. So I can have friends who tell me I did this, I do that, and I'm like, okay, that's nice. Until I see it, I'm like, okay, I just kind of heard what you said, but I'm not taking it for the word. Because I've had a lot of friends who are boastful and are able to just talk about things that's happening, and that's it.
Right.
I've never seen it come to fruition.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. It sounded nice at the time.
Right, but what about those friends where they're not doing well as a husband in that role, or they're not doing well on their job? There's always an issue in their job, but yet you still remain friends with them. Like you see them or you've heard of them maybe even emotionally abusing their wives, or maybe doing something that you wouldn't necessarily do.
See,
But you remain friends with them.
That would be somewhere where, if we're good enough friends, I'm having a conversation with you, like, bro, you know that's not right. Mm-hmm. If it continues, something tells me we're not gonna be friends too much longer. I'm not that type. I can cut off a person with no problem and keep it moving.
Right, but you can also be a friend with them and not.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If I keep having to talk to you, I'm like, bro, why you keep talking to your wife like that? And
So you, as a friend, you think it's right to check your friend when they're doing something wrong?
if I'm your friend, I'm supposed to be able to hold you accountable.
But what if that's the standard that has been established in their relationship? That's their marriage.
Okay.
Who are you? Are you the marriage police?
I'm not the marriage police. But if I'm doing something wrong, I expect you to pull me aside and say, look, bro, that's wrong. Plain and simple.
Okay.
Now, you keep doing it, that's on you.
Okay.
You can't say I didn't tell you. So it's not going to be because I didn't inform you of what it was.
So let me ask you, if he continues those behaviors, would you start to fall back in the friendship?
I would fall back. I would very calmly and quietly just fall back. It might be less phone calls. It might be less hanging out with that person.
Okay. So let me ask you, do you have to agree or have shared values with your friends, the people that are closest to you?
I would hope so. Especially to a certain degree. I'm not hanging out with somebody who's a murderer.
Okay.
I mean, just plain and simple.
Right.
Certain things you want to be in a group of people, like-minded people. So I would venture to say if that person's character is not where my character is, eventually we would fall out where it would just separate us.
Got it. So let me ask you, we're so big on telling our children, be careful with who you associate yourself with, right? Your friends, or if we see something in their friend or even their boyfriend, girlfriend, and we don't necessarily like it, we're so quick to try to tell them, right? We've learned, you and I, though, in the midst of that, we have to be cautious, because the more you tell your children not to do something, the more they kind of gravitate to doing that. So we found ways to be able to tell them without necessarily telling them. So if it's okay for us to do that with our children, why isn't it okay for us to do that with our partners?
I think it is. I mean, we've had conversations about some of your friends. I'm sure you've probably had some about mine.
Right.
So it is what it is.
But I don't know if that necessarily, the conversation necessarily changed how you felt about them.
No, if you're listening to your partner, and if they open your eyes, you'll see things that you didn't see before. I can say that. I can say there's things that you told me. I'm like, I never really paid attention to that. And now I see it.
Right.
Because you open it.
Right.
To say, look, check this out.
Right.
And
but I'm not coming to you and you're not coming to me saying you need to cut that person off.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come that route.
Right.
You definitely shouldn't.
Right. So
don't just come out and tell your partner, "Oh, your friend suck."
Right.
No, because they're gonna get defensive.
Right.
That's their friend.
Exactly. So how do you ease into that conversation? Like, what do you do?
I guess you gotta focus on the action. So if you see something, come to you and say, "Look, I know you. Or you know how I'm gonna say it. You know, you might not want to hear this, but X, Y, and Z. You might want to pay a little more attention to this. This thing. I've noticed this about the person.
Right.
I'm not outright saying they terrible friend, blah blah blah. But what I am doing is kind of opening your eyes to maybe you can see what you might not have seen before. So
absolutely.
I would take that approach if it's, hey, your friend Sarah, she's cool, but you might want to check this because I've noticed lately she's been doing this.
Okay.
When it comes to you.
So is it only the two examples that you provided in the beginning that you would say something?
No, it'd be anything.
Okay.
Those were the only two I could think of. From a man perspective, that would be troublesome.
Gotcha. Okay. So if you felt anything or seen anything, or I kept coming to you saying we doing this, and you felt like, oh, that ain't right, you would say something in those moments. Got it. Okay, right. And I think the same thing, but I don't have that expectation, and I kind of like what you're saying. I don't have that expectation that you're just supposed to stop being friends with them immediately because I saw one red flag.
Yeah. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think you should stop, but I think you should definitely pay attention to that. And if that leads to a conversation between you and your friend, so maybe they can realize it too, because maybe they don't realize they're doing what they're doing.
That's true. That's true.
So if I point something out to you and you go, okay, well, I'll talk to Sarah or talk to Crystal or whoever and just say, hey, and I wouldn't even put it as my man's.
Right. No.
or my man's
No.
saw. I was just like, look, lady, I've been noticing X,
Such and
Y, and Z
such.
between
Right.
us and our relationship. Is everything good?
Right.
Just come at her, the person, the right way. Don't attack them.
Exactly. I agree. All right. Well, let me ask you another question since we're on this in this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had a scenario since we want to get all in our business.
Okay, what scenario we referencing? I can't wait to hear this one.
Where you first introduced me to your friends.
Okay.
So you have a group of couples.
Yes. So when I was married, there were 4 couples.
4 couples.
That we kind of hung out with. All married. A couple of us were married the same year.
Wow.
So
Okay.
You can see how that can be a dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, friends with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
most of them. So that's the dynamic. So
That's the
we've actually
backstory.
Been on couples vacations together, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So when she passed, you remained friends with the
I
group.
remained friends with them because couple of them were really close to my wife. So literally, I guess my wife had a conversation with them about don't let him shut down, don't let him go into a shell because he will. Mm-hmm. Because they know.
Right.
They know.
Right.
So they know, okay, we got to really check on him because he will shut down and you won't know it all.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
So a couple of friends keep in touch pretty regularly with me, still now. Even though, I'm in a happy relationship, they still check on me just to see how I'm doing. Period.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
When it was time for you to tell them you were dating again.
They were, surprisingly, and I'll say this because I didn't know this, and a couple of them actually mentioned we were worried for you.
Wow.
Because we knew what your wife told us about how you can shut down and go into a shell.
Okay.
So they were worried.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Initially. And then when they saw, me, you, and saw me happy.
So when did you feel it was right time to tell them that I'm dating and for you to introduce me to the group?
Well, of course, I guess kind of dated somebody before you. So I guess you could call that. So they knew about that as well.
Oh, did they? They ain't tell me nothing about that. I got I'm about to get on this group chat right now. Oh, snap.
It wasn't much to tell.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, we know. So, but when it came time to introduce you, I think you met most of them. I want to say at church. I took you to church with me. I think you met a couple of them at church the first time.
The first time. Okay.
And then I think
I don't know why this feels so long ago.
One of the couples had, I guess, had something at their house. They just bought a house.
Yes.
And they had something in their house, and I think you came with me for that. So I think that was...
No, I think the first official time was when we had the crab feast.
What crab feast?
At the Durhams.
Oh, okay.
I think, like you said, I probably met a few of them at church, but then that was
okay. Let me put it like that was the first time you've met all of
the couples at the same time, right? Yeah.
Individually, you met certain ones,
but I don't think even everyone. Not everyone. Right? Yeah.
That's
okay.
True. That's true.
Okay, so then, how did you feel in that moment of me being introduced to your close friends?
I didn't honestly, and you probably heard me say this. I didn't feel anything.
Okay.
I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
I'm gonna be me regardless. So if they didn't like you, if they did like you, it didn't really matter to me.
Wow.
I'm just introducing you to her because she's gonna be around.
Okay.
Similar to with the boys. I'm not bringing nobody around until it's serious. So I guess for them to see you or actually meet you, they should have known, oh yeah, he's serious because we ain't seen nobody else.
Okay.
So
then what if they didn't like the idea of us being together? Because remember, they were close friends to your late wife.
Yeah.
So what if they weren't open, and did we have to deal with any resistance from anybody per se? And how do we handle that?
Honestly, I don't think that would have happened.
Really?
I'm saying that.
Okay.
Because they were genuinely, and this is just from what happened. They were genuinely happy for me.
They were. So that goes back to the kind of people that you need to have in your circle.
Right. If you have people who are in the circle for you, and not for ill intentions or whatever other motive they may have, you won't have that problem because, as several of them said when we went on the first couples
trip
together. Bro, we saw it. We could see it, and you didn't even have to tell us.
Yeah, they did say that.
And I think for me, that was important because one, I never wanted you to feel uncomfortable around what I considered my friends. And just the fact that they have kind of invited you in, and it's been smooth transition. I love the fact that it's been that way because those are the type of friends you should have in your corner where it's not about, oh, well, you know, I liked your late wife better. It's not about that. It's about you're happy and I can see it.
That's so true.
And I'm just happy for you.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't be no pettiness, no animosity because I'm with somebody else.
Right. No, and I haven't received, I can be 100% transparent and honest and saying I have not received any of that from any of them. Now, I think in the beginning, some people, just because they are who they are, people are like, oh, are you really dating again? Like, you know, maybe you shouldn't do this. But it was nothing towards me as a person or towards me as your woman. So I think that's good. And not just to say, like, when I was listening to what you were saying, it just goes to show, like, you have to be really careful with the friends that you keep in your circle.
You do.
Because they can either help you or harm you, truly.
Well, as I like to say, not everybody's your friend.
That is very true.
I had a friend in the past who swore everybody was their friend. And I'm like, you can't have that many friends in the world.
And you don't.
You can have people you associate with. But friends are a dime a dozen. You do not have a whole big conglomerate of friends.
No. So let me ask you, in that same scenario that we're discussing, if I came to you and said, hey, babe, one of the men, it looked like they were looking at me and made me feel uncomfortable, or they said something to me that made me feel uncomfortable, how would you have approached that? Do you think just that first time you need to go to your friend and say something? Or do you think you need to say, well, babe, like, let me hear more about it, and then maybe I can kind of tell you, maybe that is just how that person is?
I would say that it would depend on the friend. If I know that friend and I know, okay, yeah, they eyes wander a little bit.
Okay.
I'll be like, yeah, I can.
This is normal.
I'm gonna go have a conversation with them.
Okay. So you would?
I would have a conversation with them.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I never want you to feel uncomfortable around my friends.
Got it. Okay.
As I should never feel uncomfortable around you.
Very true. Very true.
They're your friends. They're my friends.
Right. Right. Okay. So then also.
Go ahead, baby. You got a lot today. I ain't mad at you.
Have you ever been around any of my girlfriends, book babes, girlfriends, whoever, cousins or whatever, family, I guess you would say, any female that I've been close with, and you felt uncomfortable?
I would say not. I'm not felt uncomfortable.
Okay.
But that's because I can be comfortable in my skin around whoever, wherever. But I can say, and this is just being transparent, I can say there are some, and I'm not going to name no names, but there's some folks that kind of cold.
Okay.
I'm going to call it that. They're kind of cold when I'm around. And that's fine. That's cool.
Right.
We don't have to be the best of friends.
Right. So let me ask you, are they cold because of who you are? Are they cold because your position? Or are they cold because maybe you remind them of something that they want?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not going to divulge the person's individual names on here, but there definitely are some cold feelings or some cold shoulders that I could just feel.
Right.
And
but what makes you can't?
I can't say it's because now me and you dating and maybe they liked your ex better.
Okay.
Or they just feel like they faking this love. This ain't real.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know what it could be.
Okay, got it.
Honestly.
But for the record, you're not talking about Darcy or Karen, right?
No.
Or Anita.
Karen, those my ride or die. We good. I'm trying to get rid of this award, y'all. I'm still working.
Quiet.
Little Keita's still around.
We ain't gonna have a conversation about that. Okay, so let me ask you, because we picking on Karen, Darcy, and Anita, but we really not. So what if you felt uncomfortable around them or something? Yes, this is a hypothetical.
Please make that apparent. I don't want either one of their husbands or boyfriends coming after me. Yes.
Ain't nobody coming after you.
Please and thank you.
This is just a hypothetical.
Okay.
If you felt uncomfortable around them or they did something uncomfortable and it made you feel that way, would you have that conversation with me, or would you address it directly with them?
I would definitely come to you. They're your friends first.
Okay.
Yeah, we associate. I know them. Whatever.
Right, but you would
I
come to me,
you first.
and then it will be the expectation that I will sit down and have a conversation with them. Got it.
Handle it however you need to handle it.
Okay.
Maybe you know your friend, and you be like, look, she ain't this ain't her. That might have been a one-time thing. I wouldn't worry about it. No, let me talk to her. Let me pull her out because she's past the line on this.
Right.
I would let you handle that.
Okay.
Now, honestly, I would probably be a little more cautious around
them.
that person going forward. But yeah, I would let you handle that.
Okay, that's good. All right, what we have next?
I don't know what you got.
So how do you resolve the problem if you do say, you know what, you always hanging out with your girlfriend? She's like, there are some relationships, right, where they are friends and their intent is kind of to pull the person away from their partner because they want that person all the time. You my girlfriend, or you my guy. Like, we supposed to hang out, we supposed to do blah, blah, blah. And they don't respect the boundaries.
Honestly, and this, you could probably talk about this because we just did the little Deep Creek thing.
First of all, ain't no little Deep Creek thing.
Okay, well, big Deep Creek thing. Whatever.
Little Deep Creek. Y'all see how y'all man talking? Reckless. Little Deep Creek little thing.
I ain't even part of the book, babes. I ain't part of the book.
No, you were the $200 per person chef.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the checks in the mail.
Yeah, it always is.
It always is.
Listen.
But no.
Go ahead. So since we did the little Deep Creek thing, what do you want to say about that?
So since you did the book event in Deep Creek, and I was there as the personal chef. I think we had this conversation on the way there. I said, babe, I'm going to cook and try to get out of there. Get away and let y'all have y'all space. I want y'all to be able to talk as freely as y'all want and do whatever y'all going to do as ladies.
Of course.
So I think the same thing would come into light when it comes to whatever friend, if I have an issue with them. I'm going to give you a space with that friend. I understand. I have a friend who wants to call and wants to go places, and he jokingly will say, your wife and your kids used to say was getting in the way of our relationship.
They were. Gotta get rid of them.
So I understand. Yeah, sometimes your friend just wants you.
Right.
Period.
And nothing's wrong with that.
And nothing's wrong with that. But there are times where they just can't have just you.
That's true. And they have to respect the boundary.
Respect that boundary.
Right, absolutely.
Especially when we're married.
Yeah.
There's going to be, if she going, I'm going. Or if she going, if he going, you're going. It don't matter to me. But there have to be some kind of conversation about it, one, because you can never catch the person off guard if you've had a conversation about it.
Right.
If you have a conversation with a friend and you tell them, hey, you are a shitty friend, I'm just letting you know right now. That's not something you can't say you didn't have a conversation about.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've had it multiple times.
Absolutely. But if they continue with that,
then maybe you see, maybe I do need to cut this person off.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I don't think that comes from your partner. That, like you said, that comes from you seeing it constantly.
But if your partner's the one who
open your eyes to it, then that's good. But I'm just saying, like, even if I open your eyes to a person being a shitty friend, I'm not going to tell you, babe, you have to get rid of this friend. Once you get enough of the shittiness, you're gonna go ahead and bounce. You're gonna be like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'm out of here.
I understand.
So I think it's left up to that person.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. So when it comes to this type of situation, let's say you have I have a friend and you don't like my friend and you tell me that you might want to stop hanging with X, Y, and Z because they do this, they do that.
I'm never gonna say that, but okay.
Well, if let's just say you did. In your eyes, would it be more of a control thing or a security and safety thing, knowing the type of person they are? Let's say, and I'll give you a scenario.
Please.
So you have a friend group. In my opinion, I think they're trash.
My friend group?
I
know the hypothetical, but I'm just saying, making sure I'm following you.
This friend group likes to be in the streets, as they say.
Yes.
So every weekend they going to this club,
we outside,
club, trying to get drinks from men and just partying every single weekend.
Okay.
I tell you, I have a problem with that.
Okay.
So now, for me, or in your eyes, would you see that as, oh, my man trying to control me, he don't want me to go out hang out with my girls, I've been hanging with these girls since high school, blah, 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 blah? Or is it, babe, you going out to these shady clubs, you going all these different places every single weekend, trying to get men to buy drinks for y'all and all of this?
It's definitely control.
Okay, not a security thing.
No, because you have my low. You're able to contact me. So it ain't safety and security. It's you kind of trying to control me. You saying this every weekend and I'm going out here in these clubs.
So the moment you at the club and a man buy you a drink and say, look, I bought you a drink. You going home with me tonight. Don't call me. Remember?
Men not doing that, babe.
They are.
I said you have my low and I'm in contact with you.
Nothing to do with a man who's going to get in your face.
Babe, he going to get in my face whether you there or not.
He ain't getting in your face if I'm there.
Oh, Lord, we know. Oh, Lord, we know how you roll. No, seriously.
He ain't gonna have no face.
I think we know. No, I think you just have to know your partner. Some partners, it can be perceived as control. If you know your partner and they just always want you up underneath them and they don't want you going out having a good time, or they jealous of a man looking at you, or whatever the case may be, they want to shield you from that. That can be control. On the other hand, it can completely be safety and security, where you're just like, I just want you to be careful. But I think when you keep hovering over the fact that it's every week you're going out to the clubs, every week, it seems like you're saying that I don't want you away from me every single week. You're leaving every single week. As opposed to you're saying...
Let's flip it around. So now I'm going to the club with my fellas every single week. Mm-hmm. What are you going to say, honestly?
I'm just going to be like, everything... Like, first of all, we have things... Hold on. I'm like, first of all, we have things going on. If it's a weekend that we're free and that's what you want to do,
I'm going every weekend.
Are you still doing the things that we're supposed to do? Okay, yeah, then that's problematic, because if we agreed that we're going to do something, just like me, if I agreed I'm going to do something, I'm going to be like, babe, this weekend I'm going out with the girls. Next weekend I'm going out with the girls too. The weekend after that, because I respect you enough and I respect the time that we're supposed to have. Okay. So that's a respect thing for me.
Okay.
Yes, but when you're saying, oh, you going out there or you doing something, first of all, you have to have trust in your relationship, right?
Yes.
So you need to be able to trust your partner. Even me, I trust you enough to be like, okay, if you go somewhere, you're making the right decisions. If you do something for a little bit of fun and it's just fun at the moment, okay, but are you still doing what's right for our relationship? That's what matters most to me.
But let's say if your girls are that type of bad influence on you, similar to what we was talking about earlier. They want you to go out and live the single life, even though you're not single no more.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's on you. You're not choosing good friends, or you're not choosing friends that understand.
Those are the friends you had.
Hold on, this is the yes, but that's what I'm saying. You still got to understand that you go through different seasons in your life. Your friends should understand that this is a season where you're not doing the same stuff that you was doing before. It's kind of like if you got a friend that always trying to go out somewhere and trying to get you in fights, and you got this top secret clearance. Sis, I can't be doing that. I'm in a different area now, right?
You gotta throw them hands, girl.
So you have to make that decision to be able to determine if they're right for you now in this season or not. Sometimes that's it.
You just gonna let your friend get jumped, or you gonna throw them hands?
No, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna get taken care of. I may not necessarily throw the hands for you to get taken care of, but you can get taken care of.
Gotcha.
Nah, don't play with my friend like that. But at the same token, we're not doing that I can't be out in the streets doing that every weekend. I just can't. The same thing with your children. There are people that go out, neglect their children because they just want to be out in the streets. Kids at home, no food, kids at home, watching other kids, and that's a weekly thing for them. Because you're just around those kind of people that are still like that. Like if your friends aren't grown with you, we're 40 plus. Me and my friends, we joke all the time. Like, we got to be back inside. Yes. So hook me up with a day party, a morning party, an early brunch. Yeah. Make it cute when we get back home. Do what we want to do, get back home, and we in the bed. There you go. But if you still got friends that, girl, we ain't going out till 11, 12 o'clock. What?
No, I'm
I'm on my fourth nap, 11, 12 night.
I'm asleep. No,
listen, sis.
Sleep.
Yeah.
We good.
Like, that ain't going to work for me. So, again, that's for you to decide who should be with you in this particular part of your life. And if your friends aren't understanding of where you are for whatever reason, then you may need to pick different friends. And I even learned, like, doing my therapist a few weeks ago, she was like, people that you've had as friends, every friend is not meant to be with you for the rest of your life. Yes. True. Some friends just really are seasonal. They help you in that particular season, or they show you something, you learn from them, and you literally have to move on. And true. Nothing at all is wrong with that. So sometimes we're trying to make temporary friends lifelong friends.
And they are not meant to be.
They're not meant to be. So, and all my girls, we joke, but it's so true. They always are like even Darcy put something on Instagram just yesterday about how if I ask you about Usher and Chris Brown tickets, you gonna be like, you got Usher and Chris Brown at home, and then start dancing at home. But they understand and they respect our relationship. I joke with them all the time about their partners, all the single time. Well, you make sure you get permission first. You get that permission slip signed. We're joking, but we are being serious. That make sure you check in with your partner. But they know that, and they're not gonna come to me and be like, yeah, girl, we going out every weekend, knowing that they got obligations at home to take care of. Because all of us are in that space. So you have to be cautious of your friends. Some friends, even at my age of 40, they may still be single. They may still not have children. You know, they may still have a different lifestyle than what I have. But if you're respecting mine and you understand mine, then we can still kick it and be friends.
That we can. Okay. All right, baby. Let's get to this quickie, baby.
Okay.
So, the quickie for this week, y'all. If your partner gave you a soft ultimatum asking you to stop hanging out with a best friend of 10 plus years, because they felt uncomfortable around them, would you prioritize your history with your friend or your future with your partner? And keep in mind, she can't keep you warm, baby. She can't do the things I can do.
I mean, she may be able to, but that's another whole topic.
I doubt it.
Yeah. That's another whole conversation for another whole day. Are you asking me to answer this?
If you would like, if not.
Well, to me, I would need you to break down uncomfortable, because I just can't be like, this has been my girl for 10 years, and because you all of a sudden now feel uncomfortable, I'm just supposed to end the relationship. So if she's flirting,
she's inappropriately touching me.
Yeah,
I know how you are about, you better not touch my man.
Yeah, if she inappropriately touching you, then we're going to have a conversation. If that continues, then yeah, you may have to go, but also it still depends on the situation. Are you allowing her to inappropriately touch you? Like, what's happening for her to keep being in these positions that she's able to inappropriately touch you? Kind of like the same thing you had the conversation about, like, is it okay for my friend to keep calling you talking trash about me, and you keep accepting it? Like, what allows you for her to feel comfortable enough with being able to do that? Right. So the same thing here. Definitely we have to fall back, because if you feel like every single time you're in my man's space, you have to be touching or looking at him, to me, and I'm just a woman, so to me it's like you're trying to do something
malicious
towards me. Yeah. Absolutely. And you have women out here like that. I've seen women who couldn't stand the woman, so what she tried to do is go get close with the man. You Patty, grow up.
All right. No, that's true.
Go get healed. So yeah, I will have to assess the situation to really make the better determination. But again, if the repeat behaviors continue, because I'm big on repeated behaviors, if that continue, then no, you have to go. If you're after my man, like, we're not friends. What friend would go after their friend's man?
Some of them do it all the time.
All the time. So yeah, that
all the time.
It's not even about prioritizing the history with the friend or the future partner. It's just about respect for me. And you're disrespectful. So you got to go, friend.
Understand.
And then vice versa. If my man was doing the same thing, and I loved my man, but every time this girl come around, you always got to find a way to be looking at her or being around her or doing something that just don't feel comfortable with me. Bro, you got to go too.
Yeah, gotcha.
What's your take?
Same thing. I would be in the same opinion. Definitely, if it's an issue, I would want to have a conversation with them to talk about it. If it continues, yeah. They're getting cut off as a friend, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with you.
Yep. All right. You want to handle the outro today, baby?
No.
Damn.
I never do, baby. That's not my thing.
You don't want to work?
I already worked, baby.
You did not work yet. So, thank you.
Why you got a smile on your face if I didn't?
Yeah, you did none of that work.
Boy, it's always something. You didn't. Sorry, y'all.
That coffee, woman.
I'm going to drink it all right.
Thank you again for listening to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast. We sure hope you enjoyed this episode. And we got one for you next week that probably a lot of folks probably need to hear. Especially with some of these memes and things that I be seeing on social media and these little skits and things. It's definitely something that needs to be touched upon.
What is it?
Next week we'll be talking about the first date etiquette. So no, I'm not giving you $400 to get your nails and hair done on the first date.
Or
no,
going to pay for you watching, right?
DoorDash. Where's his daddy at? Where is his daddy at?
Oh, the baby daddy.
Yeah. So, First date etiquette is what we talking about next week. I'm sure it's gonna be a fun one. Y'all.
It's gonna be a good
make
one.
Make sure you tune in.
Please do. Peace.
Peace.